Pat, another question that I think is important for candidates to ask is when you've made that decision to move on and it's time to resign, how do you go about that in a professional manner?
Yeah, it's very important to prepare for the resignation process just as much as you did for the interview process that you just went through. Because it can get very emotional for you, but as well for the hiring manager, the boss that you're resigning from, or the human resources person. I always encourage people to keep it simple. Go in with a prepared letter that says, I've given this a lot of consideration. It's the best thing for me and my family. We are not interested in discussing counterproposals, the possibility of staying because we've made a decision, we are moving on. And it's just a good time for us to relocate, or it's a good time for us to take an advancement in my career, and keep it simple.
Okay, keep it simple. Now, do you feel that when somebody resigns, this is something that can be done over the phone, via email, or is this something that needs to be done face-to-face?
Ideally, you want to end the relationship on a professional note. You started out with a face-to-face interview, you should end with a face-to-face resignation, ideally. If for whatever reason the new employer wants you and they want you tomorrow, or they want you in a week or 2 weeks, and your boss is traveling, you can't do it face-to-face, sometimes you have to do it over the phone or through an email, but ideally you want to do a face-to-face approach.
Excellent. So when it comes time to resign, set your emotions aside, be prepared, and go on in with a letter that you can hand over, ideally face-to-face.
Yeah, and be prepared to be challenged. When you go in to resign, don't be surprised if your hiring manager says, hey, but what can we do to change things around here? What did we do wrong? I thought we were friends. I thought we were family. Don't be surprised if it gets very emotional.
How should they respond to that? I mean,
keep it simple. Stick to the basics. Don't start throwing mud. Don't start answering emotional questions. If they say, well, what should we have done differently? What could we do to improve? Say, it's not about that. It's about my career, and this is a better opportunity for me for the long haul. It's not about that. It's about my family and being able to provide for them a location, an opportunity, whatever. Do not answer those tough questions, because the minute you start answering those questions, you'll start saying things you wish you never had, and often they can come back to haunt you.
So the bottom line, keep the emotions out of it, be prepared, and stick to your guns, right?
Yeah. Stick to the plan. Plan to keep it simple. Do not get all caught up in answering all sorts of detailed questions, because rarely will that work out for you.
Thanks for helping me out today.
Sure. If you've enjoyed this information and would like to receive access to our books, white papers, posters, and blogs pertaining to our executive search, career coaching, and leadership transformation services, please check out our toolbox at rapella.com.